All right, so we got every time the Tyranids have actually won.
Hey guys and gal, in Warhammer 40k, every
Oh, by the way, yo, 70% of y'all, y'all watch the videos and y'all love the videos and y'all like all the videos and y'all comment down below, but you don't subscribe. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you cuckoo for us? Are you cuckoo for buku buffs? What's going on? Like, yeah, I'll take a break. I'll take a 4 or 5 day break. All of a sudden, y'all watching the videos, but you don't subscribe. Yo. Who taught y'all manners, yo? Yo. If you watching the videos, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
faction has their shares of wins and losses. However, to say that it is fair or balanced is to say that Cutie is a good movie that should exist.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Ooh, man, this movie. Hey, I'm gonna keep it, I swear to God, to the God I serve, to the Lord that I serve. I've heard so much about this movie, y'all. I promise y'all I never watched it. I've heard so much about that Cutie movie or whatever, Cuties or whatever. Man, I swear to God, bro. I've never watched that movie, but I heard so much about it. And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't want to watch that movie, but oh man. That movie, y'all, listen, if you never heard anything about that movie, y'all, look it up. Look it up. Man, that movie, hey, what I heard about it, oh man, Lord have mercy.
It's not, and it shouldn't.
It's
As
not.
a Custodes fan, I'm not ashamed to admit that we pretty much win all the time. Factions like the Orcs,
Custodes.
and most notably the Tyranids, always seem to get clapped, never seeming to achieve meaningful victory.
But like, here's the thing though. Even though I hate the Tyranids, and bro, every time the Tyranids go up against somebody, bro, I hope they come through with the Air Force One energy, bro, stumping on all these bugs. But I'm gonna keep it real. The Orcs and the Tyranids, bro, they're like the perfect like enemy. Y'all ever get what I'm saying? So like, for instance, like we all like know TV shows and cartoons and video games, y'all, that have like that perfect enemy that you can like beat up on. They're like the perfect like practice, not practice, but like they're like the perfect enemy. So for example, in Dragon Ball Z, it's Frieza. Frieza's like the perfect enemy because he's a bad guy, whatever. But at the same time, he's not weak or nothing, but he's just like the perfect like villain or like enemy. That's what I feel like the Tyranids is for Warhammer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like nobody like the Tyranids. I feel like the Tyranids, they're so big and so massive. Like their name is so big and so massive, and like there's so many of them that like they can actually be an enemy of like a lot of different like factions, and it like not factions. They can be like they're like enemies of like a lot of different groups and factions and Primarchs and stuff like that they can actually make names for people, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like if I heard like if I saw like this one Primarch or whatever, let's say like they created like a new Primarch or whatever, just for example, and he was going crazy. He took out like 100,000 Tyranids. Even though that's like a lot of Tyranids, whatever, they're basically making a name for like this new Primarch because he took out 100,000 Tyranids. Even though, bro, that's like what 0.0000000.1% of like the Tyranids or whatever. It's still like it's kind of like making like a name. It's like a perfect like practice enemy, if that makes sense. Y'all get what I'm saying? And the Orcs, I hate the Orcs. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Hey, if an Orc was in my face, bro, I'm literally bro karate chopping it, bro.
I'm also just acting as a punching bag for the named Space Marine characters.
See?
This does make sense. After all, Tyranids don't sell super well, and it's much more badass seeing Dante go Super Saiyan mode against all odds, as opposed to the Tyranids winning and like, not being super interesting and all. But in saying this, the Tyranids do have some dubs under their belt worth talking about. After all, it would be pretty retarded if the greatest threat to the entire setting had never actually won a real battle before. Before we get started, I have 2 announcements regarding the major.
I wanna make love in this club, in this club, in this club.
The issue with the Tyranids is that they are displayed as a threat via giving more popular factions a challenge instead of beating them. Every major engagement over the Tyranids usually ends in a Pyrrhic victory, but the damage done is always seemingly temporary. Tyranids attack Macragge, nearly destroy Ultramarines, Ultramarines clutch the victory and completely recover. The devastation of Baal, where the Blood Angels were almost wiped out, yet immediately after the battle they were given Primaris to replace.
Because they making a name. You get what I'm saying? Like they're putting like there's so many of these dudes, or so many of these just nasty critters that like, bro, they're challenges. Like they're not just like no level 1 Cybermen. Like they're making a challenge out of you, bro. Like they're gonna make you work for it. Like this is what game 5 of the NBA Finals. Like, bro, your team is up 3-1. This game 5. You if you really want it, you want it. But guess what? If the other team wins it, now they got the momentum now because it's like, wait a minute, okay, wait a minute. It's game 5, we just won. It's 2-3. Okay, wait a minute. Game 6, we got this. Boom. They win game 6 at home. Uh-oh. It's 3-3. It's 3-3. What you gonna do about it? All of a sudden, it's a momentum thing. At the end of the day, bro, I just feel like you really gotta clutch it up, and it really shows like if your faction is really like that or not, bro. If your faction can't beat bro, listen. Like I said, the Tyranids, they're not weak. But if your faction can't beat the Tyranids, you're done. Get out of here, bro. You're dead. Hasta luego. GG's. Finish. Finito. Get them out of here. Pack them up. Ship them out of here, bro. No UPS. You're done. No, bro. Hey. We're putting your package on a spirit. Bro, by the time you get your package is in pieces. If your squad is not, bro, listen. If your squad is not strong enough, get it out. Get them out of here, bro. GG's. The Tyranids, they're like that. But at the end of the day, if your faction, if your squad is like that too, you're gonna beat them. It makes sense. It's for the story. Obviously, Vulcan can take on all the Tyranids by himself, bro. I'm sorry. Say what y'all want. Oh no, he can't, cause he got jumped by orcs. That's how y'all look. At the end of the day, bro, he got jumped by orcs and Tyranids are two different things. Now, will the Tyranids, beat the orcs? I think the Tyranids could beat the orcs. I'm gonna be honest with you. But obviously, bro, Vulcan, bro, give him a flamethrower, bro, and a fist of doom. Bro, he's getting rid of all these Tyranids, bro. No lie, bro.
All their losses. The Tyranid attack of Cryford Liandon. Sure, a lot of Eldar died, but now Liandon is full of Wraithguard who are more powerful than normal Eldar anyways. The Tyranids just don't seem to be able to secure the bag. In saying that though, they have done some pretty serious damage. Their arrival resulted in the loss and consumption of dozens of populated Imperial worlds, killing billions. After all, they are literally called the Tyranids because Tyran was the first world they consumed. But their victories don't stop there. During the second...
You know how savage you gotta be to like, you take over like a planet and then you take their name. That's nasty work.
Tyrannic War, the Tyranids invaded the homeworld of the Scythes of the Emperor's Space Marine chapter. The Astartes were overrun with only a small handful escaping. They landed on the world of Imperial and were like, fuck yeah boys, this is our new home. Just as the skies darkened with Tyranid spores once again. Yes, that's right, the Tyranids were like, fuck these guys and followed them there. Even more Scythes of the Emperor died, including their chapter master, before literally only a couple escaped with some gene seed. The Scythes are now in the slow and painful process of rebuilding their chapter. Overall, 2 back-to-back wins for the Nids that humiliated the shit out of the Space Marines. The Imperium ain't the only one to feel the thunder though. There was a world that had a locked Chaos Gate that was guarded by some Grey Knights, but instead of Chaos attacking, the Tyranids attacked because nom. If there's one race in Warhammer 40k that doesn't discriminate, it's the Nids.
Facts. Man, they eat anything, bro. They don't care if you thick, skinny. Man, they eating it, bro. Hey, they eating it. They don't care if you got a big back, flat back, pancake, whatever build you got, they eating it. They eating it. They don't care. Hey, they don't care if it's male, female, whatever it is. They eating it. They're eating it. GG's, you're done. It's not funny because it's sad, bro. Like, imagine the Tyranids show up on your planet, bro. That planet is, done for. It's not funny. But like it's really messed up and harsh. But like, that's the tea. Like that's that's it. Like they eating booty and everything. Hey, it's over with, bro.
Due to all the violence from the invasion, the Chaos Gate bursts open and a horde of demons rush out being like, face your doom, sons of the corpse emperor. Before realizing that the Tyranids have already clapped the Imperial defenders and the world is in ruins. So the demons charge the Nids instead and the 2 factions face off. The demons aren't a joke. They have multiple greater demons from multiple gods, soul grinders, the whole shebang. But due to the superior Tyranid numbers combined with the Shadow and the Warp passive, the demons are beaten and banished, leaving the Nids...
Wait a minute, the demons. Wait a minute. Bro, your name is the demons. Like you're demons from the warp. And y'all got skadoosed by bugs, yo. Bro, y'all know the Tyranids are from they're from New York. You know how big these bro. Yo, look at the size of these bugs, yo. Yo, they're eating New York pizza every night. How did y'all lose to them? Y'all are demons from the warp. What the hell is going on? Bro, did y'all have did y'all have a pack of beers last night before y'all faced off against the damn Tyranids? Bro, did y'all did y'all have food poisoning or something like that? Like, bro, did y'all go into the battle drunk? Yo, they went into the battle drunk in love like Beyonce. What the hell is going on? How y'all lose? Y'all are demons from the warp. Yo, imagine like, let's say like I'm a demon from like Slaanesh, right? Bro, let's say I head into the battle with all the little freaky demons, right? With all the Diddy-fied demons. Let's say I go. Let me say, hold up. Let me finish it off because y'all gonna make me laugh. Let's say like let's just say I'm a demon. I'm like a demon. I don't know, demon beast from Slaanesh's crew, right? Boom, right. I head in with the Diddy-fied, with the Diddy-fied diddlers, with the Diddy-fied demons, right? And then we get absolutely disintegrated. We going out bad. We retreating and everything. Bro, imagine how Slaanesh gonna feel. Man, you know how many lashes I'm gonna get? Yo, cause you already know, yo, Slaanesh is a freaky demon. You know she be hitting dudes and everything. My bad. You know, they be hitting dudes, whipping dudes. You know, BDSM-ish, bro. Bro, imagine how many lashes I'm gonna get. Oh man, yo, I'm getting all the way chained up. Yo, no Channing Tatum. I'm getting chained up like these, bro. I'm getting hit with so many lashes. It's crazy. Yo, I'm getting flashbacks. Yo, I'm getting flashbacks from my ancestors, bro. That's how dirty it's looking right now. Imagine how, man. Oh man. Woo! Man, bro.
The victors in this unlikely three-way battle. Although the Tyranids do struggle against the Mechanicum for obvious reasons, that doesn't mean they don't ever beat them. The planet of Yorbith was invaded by Hive Fleet Kraken to devastating effect. The world was lost, but there were many Imperial citizens trying to evacuate who were shitting themselves. The legendary Night House Griffith came to their aid, holding back the Nids long enough for the refugee ships to take off and get to safety. This isn't a victory for the Imperium though. Yorbith is consumed and many knights fall in battle. Although the Leagues of Votann have hit our setting in recent times, the Squats and their grisly fate are actually still canon. That fate was a massive victory for the Tyranids, which was extremely humiliating for the Squats. Off-page, their entire faction was gobbled up by the Nids. So insignificant it was that we weren't even given the name of the Hive Fleet that did it.
Man, who the hell is... Yo. Bro, why the hell... Yo, who the hell are these dudes? Who the hell are these dudes? Man, yo, of course they got beat by the... What? Of course they got packed up. Bro, these dudes, bro, hey, they're fun sized. Yo, they're fun sized. Bro, they got the knees poking through the... See, this is what I'm saying. This is literally what I'm saying. Man, what's going on? This is rabunculous. Look at this. Bro, they can barely hold the gun. Bro, the guns weigh more than the bodies. Look. What am I looking at right now, bro? There's no... of course they didn't win.
Damn. If there's anyone that knows how to kick Tyranid ass, it's the Tau. Their long-range weaponry combined with their basic common sense tactics does wonders against the hordes of the spacebugs of death.
Really?
However, the Tyranids were able to devastate Commander Firesight's homeworld of Viorlus. As the Nids invaded, the Tau enclaves were powerless to stop the onslaught.
Wow.
Firesight's mate, a genius Earth-cast Tau called Ovessa, was trying to develop a nanovirus with some other Earth-cast Tau. As the Tyranids overwhelmed Farsight's final line of defense, he and his men are forced to withdraw, giving the victory and the planet to the Tyranids. However, the nanovirus does its work. See, as the Earth-cast scientists were being consumed, they injected the nanovirus into themselves. As their DNA was taken to the digestion pools, the self-replicating virus was unleashed, infecting the entire Splinter Fleet and destroying it in hours. So, like, sure, not exactly a Tyranid win, but they did wipe out Commander Farsight's world, and Splinter Fleets are not particularly special.
That sounds like a win to me, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Probably the most famous and impactful Tyranid victory in recent times is the Octarius War, when Inquisitor Cryptman had the bright idea of tricking a Tyranid high fleet into attacking an Orc empire. Shit got real fucked real quick. I mean, the idea was kind of okay, let two enemies wipe each other out. However, in reality, it just made both factions really overpowered. The Orcs swelled in size and strength due to all the fighting, whilst the Tyranids had an endless source of biomass to consume. Whoever won the Octarius War would emerge as an absolute powerhouse, and the victor was actually the Tyranids, with the Swarm Lord himself recently killing the Orc Overfiend and shattering Orc cohesion. The war isn't totally over. Pockets of Orc forces are still scattered throughout the sector, slowing the Tyranids down as they finish him off, but yeah, fuck. Mega Juice, Mega Fed Tyranids are about to spill out of the sector. There is actually a rumor that the Tyranids will be the next big Xeno threat for 10th edition, kinda like how the Necrons were the new big bads for 9th. If that's the case, I expect the Octarius victory to have a big hand in that. In a war of endless Zerg rushing, the faction that looks most like Zergs are often going to win. When the Eldar and Tyranids fight, the Eldar wins almost every time. Their fighting style and low amounts of biomass is tough for the Tyranids to deal with. However, the Nids did achieve a massive victory over the Eldar once in a very bizarre way. As the Eldar were destroying the last of High Fleet Naga, a single bioship Leroy Jenkins at Cryford Malantai. It was destroyed, however not before unloading a final spore payload. The spores and Tyranids that landed on the Cryford were hunted down and destroyed, all except for one experimental Tyranid Zoanthrope that was able to feed on psychic energy and souls instead of blood and flesh like the others do.
Bro, it's always like, there can never be like, it always has to be something, y'all. It always has to be, it's always that one creature that can do this, and then they can do that, and then they can absorb this. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry if this sounds a little mean. Just die, yo. Just die. Like, bro, what? It's always that one character that can just take anything and everything, bro. That one character of this certain species that can just absorb psychic power and do all that. Like, bro, just get out of here. Like, man.
Cryford Infinity Circuit, which is cum loaded with souls and psychic energy, and
which is what loaded? With what? Hey, that was which is what loaded with what? He said cum loaded? What that mean? Hey, listen, yo, I'm not the smartest marble in the bunch, but like, yo, what the ooh, huh? Cum loaded? I never heard that one before.
Eating away. By the time the Eldar realized, the Zoanthrope had more or less become a god, completely invulnerable. It proceeded to destroy the entire craft world, with only a handful of survivors escaping. The Eldar cannot create new craft worlds. Each time one falls, that is literally an entire branch of the Eldar's population that falls with it. Whilst I wouldn't call this next one a major victory, it's still pretty funny as it involved the Dark Eldar getting clapped, and there's no one that deserves to get clapped more than those space elf rapists.
Oh wow. Yo, the Dark Elder, bro, listen. It's either the Dark Elder or like the Tau that I heard take like a lot of L's, y'all. Like, it's ridiculous.
When the Tyranid fleets are traveling through empty space, they will go into hibernation to preserve energy like any good organism would. The Dark Elder discovered one such fleet and thought it would be a good idea to board the Nid ship and steal some of their hibernating warriors for the arenas of Comora. Unfortunately, the Dark Elder didn't appreciate just how quickly a Tyranid can wake up. Moments after boarding, the High Fleet awakens with millions of Nids rushing the Dark Elder. They die screaming as their ships desperately try to escape, realizing the mistake they made way too late. Fucking good. A big question people often ask is that have the Tyranids ever really beaten the Necrons? Can they even beat them? Well, yes, but no. A decent number of dormant Necron tomb worlds were eaten by the Nids, but even a paraplegic can beat Conor McGregor if the latter is in a drug-induced coma. When the Necrons invaded Forge World Lucius, they got ganked and beaten up by High Fleet Kraken. The Silent King also lists the Tyranids as the greatest threat to the galaxy. But Necrons are just such a good hard counter to the Tyranids in every way, shape and form. The Tyranids achieving a genuine victory over them just doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe in 10th edition if the Octarius Nids go beat up the Stormlord, I could potentially believe that. But as soon as the Silent King steps in, any Nid within 1,000 light years is gonna go kaput. The only two factions who have never lost...
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Necrons can definitely take out the Tyranids, but like I don't think the Tyranids can definitely. I think it'll be hard for the Tyranids, yo, to take out the Necrons.
The Tyranids, even when considering minor, unbalanced, and unimportant battles, are the Custodes and Harlequins, I think. The former because the Custodes are boss as fuck, and the latter because the Harlequins are boss as fuck. I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here. Either way, the Tyranids are indeed a large threat. Even though they don't win too often, its losses are usually pretty devastating for the victor. If the Nids get the spotlight for 10th edition, then I would expect the galaxy's asshole to get significantly more destroyed in a much more severe and permanent way. If you enjoyed the video and you want to...
Let's just ignore what he said from the last 15. Yo, that was... Yo, huh? That was diabolical. Shout out to our boy Majorkill, man, for this one. I mean, I do agree, bro. Yo, the Tyranids, man, like I said before, they're like the perfect enemy for Warhammer. That's just in my opinion. That's what I think about it. I feel like they fit. I feel like they are dominant enough to fit the Warhammer universe, but maybe that's just me. Some people like them, some people don't. Me personally, I don't dislike them, but at the same time, man, they are so goddamn irritating. It's crazy. Other than that, man, I'm gonna see y'all later next time I'm out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and peace out.